Hello and welcome to Kickapoo High School. My name is Caitlin Ford and today I would like to discuss with you our parking lot. And I don't mean how the parking lot was built because I know that a lot of people have an issue with that. Today I'm going to be talking about the people in the parking lot. Kickapoo students seem to have a bit of an issue with parking correctly. No, not students. Just anyone parking at Kickapoo seems to have a problem with parking correctly. The biggest problem here is the fact that students are parking poorly and the school is not punishing them effectively. When you're in high school, you are just learning how to drive. This is the first time these students have driven themselves anywhere. And when they drive to Kickapoo, they get the message that they can park however they want and never get any kind of consequences. A school is supposed to be here to teach us life lessons and make us good citizens. Kickapoo is already failing before you even make it to the doors. So the first thing that needs to happen is Kickapoo needs to enforce proper parking. Then we have to move on to the teachers. There is enough staff parking at our school for all of the staff. However, some teachers seem to love to park in student parking because it's closer to their classroom and it makes it more convenient. That wouldn't be that big of an issue, except for the fact that we are not allowed to park in their parking spots. They are limiting our parking, and we can't do anything about it. A teacher has never gotten in trouble for parking in student parking, let alone for parking somewhere that clearly is marked no parking at any time. Oddly enough, students parking in staff parking is one of the most highly enforced things about our parking lot. And sure, some students get away with it, but usually they don't. On any given day, you can go out into our parking lot and see a minimum of 5 staff parking spaces open. I know for a fact that there are not that many teachers gone every single day. It's simply because they've decided that they like our spots better. This particular vehicle bothers me the most. This is a teacher's car. It's parked on the old tennis court that has been made into parking every single day, and this parking spot you do not have to turn into. You drive straight into it from the entrance of this section. And yet every single day he's on the line. It's not like he's taking up part of another spot, but that's not the point. It's just downright disappointing. Students are supposed to be able to look up to teachers. And this particular teacher is telling all of his students that you can drive a big truck even if you don't know how to park it. I would like to point out the fact that there are still a few parking spots near the school that are meant for student parking. Every day you see students parked terribly in spots that are clearly not marked for parking, and yet 5 feet away from them is an empty spot. Going back to the old tennis courts, I found these 2 cars parked in spots that were clearly not parking spots. But I also found 2 empty spots that were actually parking spots left in that section. A lot of this is just laziness. Students just pull in and park wherever they want, and the school lets it happen. And the back 40 is full of empty spots. But I can understand why students don't want to park there. The problem with it being farther away from the school isn't the walk. It's the fact that anyone can harm their car without being seen. Whether it's a friend doing a harmless prank or someone angry with you keying up your car, the thought is terrifying. Many students would be in a lot of trouble with their parents for any kind of minor damage. Moral of the story, Kickapoo really needs to enforce its parking lot rules. Until next time, for ChiefTV, I'm Caitlin Ford.